A lot of people think that acting as if is faking it until you make it. And I can 100% tell you it is not. So many people miss embodiment and then wonder why none of the inner works worked. And it's not worked because there's no integration. You're just circling in step 2 of believe and hoping that you're just going to get through trust, let go, and receive without actually stepping through those steps. So that's where you walk your talk. That's where you walk your talk with the inner work you've done and you see it in action. You see that embodiment of your cognitive internal world walking its talk. So you're probably not going to see huge external shifts immediately when doing the inner work. But when you walk your talk, and you embody the work you've done, you will see those shifts. So if you're not seeing those shifts, you may still be in step 2, you may be in a self-help spiral, and put it down. Put it down and move into aligned and inspired action. Move into acting as if, instead of staying in that old identity, that old version of yourself, challenge yourself to step into this new version of yourself, which does come with consistency, which does come with looking at your habits, your lifestyle, your choices, your decisions. Are they aligned decisions? And I have a whole freaking chapter on this in the book, Aligned Abundance, because it is so important. And it's such a key piece that is missed out of so many manifestation teachings. And this is the real, like, game changing work that I've done on myself over the years, where I have gone from feeling blocked, like, what? Like, I've tried everything, to bam, my manifestation's there the very next day. And embodiment is like the best work you could do in this process. Like, honestly, I say it and I'll say it again. Step 4 of letting go is one of the most important steps in the process, after asking, of course, because you have to ask for your desire, because of this embodiment piece, because of the alignment that happens in this step that gets you to where you exactly want to be. So if you are someone who is like, oh my God, Emma, you are speaking my language right now, I'm experiencing all of this, then take the tips, take the tools, come along to the alignment protocol tonight as well, completely free when you pre-order the book Aligned Abundance. All the links in the description for you, and come and learn more about this. Start to do this work with me, because that book, Aligned Abundance, will change your life in so many ways anyway. But this is the book that I really wish people who have done the inner work could have. Like, everybody needs this book, because this is where I got stuck. I have lived and walked this journey too, of feeling in a self-help spiral, doing so much inner work and not seeing those shifts. And when I started to integrate this work, this alignment piece, into my journey 3-4 years ago now, everything changed. My level of abundance changed. Like, oh my gosh, everything just got so much better in terms of how I felt, but in terms of what I was manifesting. And the universe was blowing my mind left, right, and center in terms of everything just being so much more incredible than I could ever have imagined, because I was embodying it. I was becoming the version of myself who had those things, which was definitely missing before, because acting as if was taught in a very roundabout way. And again, that's not to say Esther and Jerry taught it in that way. I don't think they did at all, like, not at all. It's how it was then translated into other teachings and videos and things that, I myself consumed, and I know a lot of you consumed many years ago, where now it's like, actually take that acting as if and up level it into embodiment, because that's what it really is. You are becoming, you are accepting that initiation into this new version of yourself. And they say when you manifest your desires, you become a whole new version of yourself. And I really believe that to be true in small and huge ways, of course. But you go on a journey when you manifest your desires. So what is happening is that up leveling, that initiation, and that stepping up and into the reality, the highest timeline that you want to experience. So that has to be done. And also that has to be felt. That also has to be felt. Acting as if an embodiment is not always doing. It's a feeling process that has to be felt, because energy doesn't lie. And another thing, totally forgot to include this, so sorry for the TED talk on acting as if, but this is important, so add in at the end. A lot of people think that acting as if is faking it until you make it. And I can 100% tell you it is not. Faking it until you make it does not work. It works to some degree. And I feel like I've seen it work in my own life and other people's lives to some degree. But ultimately, energy does not lie. And the universe can read your energy, right? So if we are always magnetizing what is an energetic match to us and we're showing up to that divine mirror of life and it's being reflected, like how we're showing up is being reflected back to us, you faking it till you make it is only going to reflect more faking it until you make it. Embodiment is not about faking it until you make it. And I know that there are some examples in life, especially in business, where, like people are like, you do fake it till you make it in terms of confidence. And I think, that's valid in those scenarios. But in terms of actually energy and manifestation, faking it does not make it. Like it doesn't make it just magically happen, especially in acting as if, because it has to be felt, it has to be embodied, and it has to be genuine and authentic. And everything in that letting go piece is so authentic. Everything in the manifestation process is authentic, of course, but I really deeply feel that in this acting as if and letting go and embodiment step, you can't fake it because you already are it at that point. You already are becoming, you already are believing, you already are trusting. So if you are faking it until you make it at that point, you're in step 2 of belief. Like you're not in that step 4 of embodiment because you don't need to fake it until you make it when it's real. You don't need to fake it until you make it when it's authentic. And you don't need to fake it until you make it when you're there, when you're embodying and you're living and breathing it and becoming it, because it's natural. It's as effortless and as easy as breathing at that point.